Hello everyone, Mika here, and I got to go to Pig Squad's first convention, PigCon. They are a non-profit that hosts game jams and events where people get together and showcase whatever games that they're making. They do so much for the Portland gaming scene, and going to their first convention was an absolute blast. Later in the video is an interview with Olivia Haines, the creator of Surf Club, and if you want to skip to that, here's the timestamp to do so. On display, people had their own peripherals, people made custom arcade cabinets to showcase their game. I know there was 2 of them that I saw, and here is footage of me playing one of them, which was a lot of fun. The team who released Mushroom Musume was showcasing their new game, Fungarium. The fact that they were just showing the debug of their Godot project captures the feeling that you get here.
Kind of like Tomodachi Life meets Ant Farm Sim. Little terrariums with mushroom girls.
And that it's just raw and human, and people want to just share what they're creating. No matter the state that it's in, no matter the polish that it has, people just want to express through the medium of video games, and that's so beautiful. Here they had a walk-on tablet where you could create a character, and then it would get submitted, and it would show up, and they would run around. This is me making one of my OCs, WAF. And here is footage of my wife creating a little character. They had a massive screen that would display everyone running around, and I heard they're actually going to pull that and upload it as an itch build, and so it's kind of preserved as a moment in history that you'll be able to run on your computer and see all of the little creations that were made that day.
Like 5 minutes. Downstairs to the right staircase over there. That is the youth gaming.
We're here at PigCon, the second day, Sunday, and I am here with...
My name is Olivia Haines, and I am a game developer from Melbourne, Australia. And I'm here at PigCon to show my game, Surf Club.
How would you describe your current relationship to game development?
I think my current relationship is actually quite solid. I think I don't feel a lot of insecurities these days. I feel very confident in the game that I'm making being very true to me, even if it's like, you know, it's not the most advanced finesse game in the world, but it's very authentic to me, and that was like a lot of the feedback I got yesterday. So like that's what I feel. Hearing that externally, people saying that my game seems very authentic. Yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. I feel very good.
That's so lovely to hear. So in terms of like the authenticity, when you first started making games, when you look back on when you started, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you think about like how your relationship has changed over time?
I think when I started, it was just complete overwhelm, and I felt like I was just doing everything wrong. I wasn't scoping well, I wasn't designing my art well enough. I mean, I wasn't good at like programming or just a lot of things. I was just so aware of the flaws in my approach. I had an idea of what kind of games I wanted to make. Like I wanted to make art-focused, experimental, personal vignette kind of games. I struggled to get like the feedback that that was a good direction to go in, and it kind of like resulted in a lot of confusion. For example, I was in uni for game design, and it resulted in a lot of confusion from my mentors, like what's the point of your games kind of thing. And so that was kind of hard to carve out my space and to find people who liked my games and weren't just going to respond with, oh, you know, this looks pretty, but otherwise it kind of sucks. So I had to kind of find that internally, and then just through trial and error eventually. I feel like I've like over answered this question. I guess just insecurity is what I think of when I think of those early years.
Well, it makes me happy to hear that you are at a place now where you are more confident in that. And it's nice to hear that you didn't have it externally, but you were able to find that internally and then like just go forth from there. And so with where you are now, what is the most fun part that you look forward to when you sit down to work on Surf Club?
Aside from like being able to tick something off my like task list, I actually now get really excited to see people's reactions, which isn't something I always feel. But at the moment, I feel like the work I've put into it is starting to pay off. And when I show my friends the game, like I actually really want to hear what they have to say and see their reactions. I'm not like shrinking away from it and thinking, oh my God, it's not done. Getting those reactions, I'm feeling ready for that stage of the game.
That's so good too, because I mean, I bet like coming here has helped that so much. Is that something that you experience a lot, coming and like showcasing your game?
Back in Melbourne, there's a huge game scene. I have a lot of really long-time friends that I've been kind of involved in that community for about 10 years. So I have like a lot of really close bonds there. I guess it's nice getting those reactions from people that aren't close friends. So that, like, I know that it's not just going to be people being nice to me, you know. I get that both at home, but whenever I've come to America to show Surf Club, the response has been so positive. People seem to really connect with it here.
The authenticity, like what you were saying, like I think people can genuinely feel that stuff. And so that it makes me really happy that you're also getting that response. How do you balance game development with every other aspect of your life?
There isn't great balance, and I'm kind of like accepting of that because I really just... Making games is making art to me. It sounds really corny, but what I mean is it's like part of me. I don't see a thing of separating them. It isn't a huge deal to me. But I mean, you know, every day I do things like taking my dog for a walk, and I don't work crazy long hours. I'll usually wind down in the evening by like playing a game or going for a walk or doing something else. So I feel like I'm never really not thinking of games and things I want to make, but I don't feel like that's a bad thing. For me, at least, I'm content with that. I think it's because my husband also makes games, so our life, in a way, that's just how we're living, where we're just both very work-oriented.
Do you ever fall into perfectionism? And if so, how do you meet those feelings?
I think I used to, and I think I sometimes do still with Surf Club because it's my first time kind of directing a commercial game. And so there is like that expectation of I want to respect people's money. If they're going to pay for my game, I want to be able to deliver a high quality product. So I do get a little bit perfectionist there. But I think generally I love art that feels rough around the edges. No matter what the medium is, I like things that aren't perfect, things that I like. You can really tell that someone, you know, it's like handmade. And so I think it's like just valuing something because I made it. It's not like a whole team is behind it or anything and there's going to be mistakes, and that's part of the charm. That's something I like in other people's work. So I try and like respect that people probably feel the same about mine. I used to struggle with it, but now I don't really think too much about perfectionism. I'd rather just make things like quantity over quality. Even when it comes to making things, just make something. Oh, if it's not perfect, oh well, I'll just make something else.
Yeah, it is interesting, especially with just how a lot of people view polish. My wife and I talk about how, because a lot of the stuff that we like too, it's like very obvious. You can see that it was more so made of passion than just trying to clean up everything. And I like that you're able to acknowledge that you like that in other things, and so it can be fun in your thing as well. Can you remember the most difficult bug that you've had to fix?
It's been a while since I've been in that headspace since I hired a programmer for Surf Club. So I'm struggling to think. In the early days of Surf Club, before I hired a programmer, it was full on spaghetti code, like all these different scripts that were like relying on each other. And so if I needed to like add something to that, or if there was a problem with that, it would be like weeks of work, like things like the dialogue system, like how you move to different locations in the game. I can't say I can remember a specific bug. I think like a lot of it has been like trauma blocked out of my mind. I mean, there's still bugs that come up and I still have to problem solve. I mean, it's not like a code bug, but sometimes I have issues where importing like an animated character into Surf Club, the rig, sometimes when like rigs are broken, the limbs of a character go like crazy, like I turn into like a creepypasta, and sometimes I'm like, why can't I fix this? Actually, yeah, there was a bug a while ago where I wanted to update Holly's model in Surf Club slightly, and whenever I would like re-import it, she would just become like a creepypasta monster, like full analog horror, and that was like driving me insane. I was like, I'm literally doing the same thing I always do. Yeah, that's 3D games. Not even once, man.
Developing a video game can take a long period of time, especially like solo or like a small team. How do you find that motivation to just keep going throughout the entire process? And I know that you mentioned that game development is a big part of your life now, and it seems like you're just genuinely passionate, but are there any periods where like the motivation dips? How do you like go about that?
So I do take small breaks from Surf Club to do other things. I think I've been working on Surf Club since 2020, and during that time I've made other small games. If an opportunity comes up to make a small game, whether it's like a commission or a game jam I want to do, I'll just do that. And then that can be really energizing to be able to like context switch for a bit and be creative in a completely different area. I also I've started to reconnect with drawing in the last year or so, and I sketchbook a lot, and that just helps me like recenter myself. And I think taking breaks to do creative things that aren't the game, then I can come back to it and see it as, this is just a project that is a very long-term, big, important thing to me, and it's going to take a long time, and I'm accepting of that. Even if it's 1% a day, the result will be something that is really meaningful to me and will exist forever. I try and stay motivated by not rushing and switching the task if I need to. I'll just focus on an art-related thing in the game for a bit, or I'll just write some notes, and that could just help me tackle the more difficult tasks or the mental block a bit easier.
I like that, even like creatively, that you switch to other things like the game jam, or even within the game itself, you focus on different aspects. If you start to feel that, I feel like it's really good to just be like cognizant when those feelings arise, because sometimes it's hard to like detect those. Being aware of that is really nice, knowing that you can just switch to other things, internalizing that the 1% a day, or just that it will take a long time. I feel like that's super important as well. I feel like it makes the moments where you do choose to, go off and do something else that is rejuvenating, I feel like it makes you feel better about that. Being here, how does it feel showing off your work?
It's just nice. I don't know. I just feel very content about it. I think I'm just very content. I think the game seems to just attract really lovely people who want to connect with it, people who are looking for games that they can connect with and like have a conversation about and get invested in. And I think, the crowd here at PigCon has just been so lovely. It's hard to describe, but just really nice people. Sometimes you go to a convention, how do I just say it? Everyone's kind of for themselves, and you come in and they're trying to come and pitch you their game. They're kind of in like work mode, but everyone here is just so relaxed. They're just curious about the games here, and they want to like ask questions and have a conversation, and it's nice. No one's asked me for a job here, which like, I guess going to somewhere like GDC, everyone's work mode, like, oh my God, but here it's just so zen.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear that this has been that sort of experience, because I do know. No offense to GDC, but yeah, especially too, like with traveling and everything, it can be so much. I bet it feels so relieving to like show up and then just see everyone just so giddy and curious, like what you were saying. But my last question is, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to get into game development? And then for people who are game devs, is there anything that you want to maybe remind them of, or advice for them as well?
I think for people that want to get into games, making them, I think learn all the foundations, spend a lot of time studying doing things like watching a lot of GDC talks that are interesting to you, reading academic books about game design, watch other game developers on YouTube or like watch tutorials, do all that stuff, but still try and don't get too caught up in that. Still just try and like go and then make things. Make yourself smart, work on building a lot of that knowledge of game design, but don't feel like you have to then go and create a masterpiece. Just start making things and tinkering and don't wait for the perfect moment to start. Slowly start building a portfolio of games that you're making and knowledge in your head about it, I suppose. And then the last question was about something I would say to game devs. Sorry?
Just to game devs, just to people who already make games.
Stop being so cynical, guys. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's a tough time. We're in crazy times. I really feel sad for people who are like struggling with work at the moment, like existing game devs. It's a tough time. Try and find ways to have fun with it still. It's corny, but I don't. Just try and like take it one day at a time. Just work on your project. Just try and do like 1% every day and things will get done and you'll make something you're happy with.
All right. Well, I mean, thank you again for doing this. This makes me so happy. And then hearing like everything that you have to say. And I'm glad that you're enjoying PigCon. Thank you so much for this again. And if you would like to tell people where they can find you and where they can wishlist the game.
So the game can be wishlist on Steam. Surf Club is the name of the game. I probably said that already. And you can follow me on Instagram at LIVHNS. That's probably where I'm most active. I also on YouTube have been making developer vlogs, and that's Olivia HNS on YouTube. If you want to join the mailing list, you can go to dinko.au. That's DINKO.au, which is like our video game label, and you can find a mailing list there.
Thank you so much again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of PigCon.
Yay!